Okay, firstly we're going to draw the bottom of side A. So I'm just going to extend up from here. And the length of it we're going to get from face D information, okay? Firstly, it's that length there, which is straight, so that takes you to there. And then we have to work out the length of this curve here, okay? And the easiest way to do that is to use your compasses and start here and measure from there to there, okay, and mark that on. Measure from there to there, and mark that on. Measure from there to there, mark that on. Measure from there to there, mark it on. Okay, and then when it goes back down again, we've got another length like that. Okay, and then we've got one of these because it's symmetrical. One of these. And then finally, one of them. Okay, so that takes us down to that point there. And then we've got another one of these. Okay, another one of the straight plank arch. So just extend that, measure that size. Mark it on. Okay. So basically up here we have another flat bit like that. Just get the exact point there. Okay. And then in between here and here it curves up and then curves back down again. Now you've probably guessed it. What we're going to do here is we're going to make use of the information on here, about here and here basically, about what height each point is, okay, in terms of, or what length actually each point is in terms of plotting it onto here. The first thing is that this slope here is straight, okay, because it relates to that there, and if you use your set square you can find that it's actually 60 degrees. So I'm just going to draw in a 60 degree line there, measure its length, and mark that line here. So that's us dealt with that first bit there. Okay. Just as a wee aside, right? If I measure this length here, okay, you should find that it's the same length as this. Okay. And that maybe gives you an idea about what we're going to do next. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to do a grid here, with these points along. I'm going to label them. If you remember, we started with D, C, B, D, C, B, and then A. And then if you like, that'll be B as well. That'll be C. That'll be D. And then effectively we'll be back at the start again. Okay. Which will be there. So all we need to do now is measure these lengths. So the length for D, and mark it on, and I may as well do it for the other D there. Okay, length for C, mark it on, mark it on. The length for B, measure and mark it on, mark mark it on, and then the length for A finally, measure and mark it on. Okay, and the angle up here of 60 degrees on this side, we have to draw in, just making sure I get that around the right way. Upside down it would be like that, so it's that angle there we're going to draw. Okay, I'm just going to do that in lightly and then just, yeah, that's the right way around. So I got a wee crisis of set square there. So I draw that up to there. Okay, and now you can see that in between there is a smooth curve to do this. Now I might, or I could, if I wanted, add in an extra line. In fact, I might just do that. I'm going to measure just about halfway there. I'm going to put a point there, okay, and I'll just call that E, right? I'll measure and mark that. It's just so that I've got a sort of extra point. So measure there, E, that comes from there, okay, and then that'll come from there. I'll just mark that on there. So that's E and E there, and I can just add an extra line to that, just so we'll get plenty of points when it comes to drawing in the curve. So again, just the same as before, measure length of this, mark it on, and that way we've got plenty of points for drawing a smooth curve. And we might, if you wanted, you could go an extra one between A and B, because they were a wee bit short there of detail, but just smooth curve time. You find at the start of this is very, very straight, so you can carefully draw it in. I don't think I'm doing this as carefully as maybe I would like, but you get the idea. So just through the points, all the way down, that joins the other line, okay? And that's side A done. Now the last part to do is, if you imagine that flapping over the top, a bit like a comb over, combing that over onto the top there. The last bit that we've got is the back of it, and it would be attached here. And the back of it is exactly that size there, and fortunately for us, it's at that angle as well. So all you really need to do is just transfer sizes from that onto here. So that's the bottom of it there. Okay, how long is it? Well, easy. And just go up to here, measure it, mark it on there. At that point it goes up, so set square again, up. It goes up to that point, so just measure that across, and then from there it starts to curve. So all I would do there is just measure and mark all these wee points on. So mark that point. I need a centre point obviously, so find the centre point first. So there's the centre point. So measure and mark that on it. So that's the centre there. So just from each of these points, I'll actually mark that one as the centre. Okay, and then just measure each of the points, mark them on, and just form up the shape. Okay, grid structure. Again, just for each of these. I've done them in the wrong way. That should be longer. That one should be longer. Okay, and then measure the heights from here, mark them on, last one. And there you have it. And then it's just a matter of smooth curving in the points from there and forming up the shape. Take your time to do this. It's always meant to be a fair curve, so it needs to be as good as you can do it. Okay, then all I'll just do there is just line this in nice and heavy for the outline. This would actually be a fold line here, so long, short, short, long, short, short. And there we have it. Okay, straightforward.